Osteosarcopenia is a newly recognized syndrome that brings together two common age-related conditions, osteoporosis and sarcopenia. Osteoporosis refers to the loss of bone mass and structure, while sarcopenia is the loss of muscle mass, strength, and function. As our population ages, both conditions are becoming more prevalent, and their combination poses even greater risks. The term osteosarcopenia highlights the intersection of these two issues, emphasizing the need for a comprehensive approach to diagnosis and management. In this video, we'll explore what osteosarcopenia is, why it matters, and how it affects individuals and society. With an aging global population, the number of people affected by osteoporosis and sarcopenia is expected to rise dramatically. This increase brings significant personal and societal costs, including higher risks of falls, fractures, and loss of independence. The economic burden is substantial, with osteoporosis-related fractures alone costing billions annually in countries like the UK and USA. Sarcopenia also contributes to healthcare expenses, though its costs are less well defined. Together, these conditions create a public health challenge that demands attention from clinicians, policymakers, and families alike. Osteoporosis is characterized by a reduction in bone mineral density and deterioration of bone microarchitecture. This leads to increased bone fragility and a higher risk of fractures, even from minor falls or injuries. 1 in 3 women and 1 in 5 men over 50 will experience a fragility fracture in their lifetime. The most common fracture sites are the hip, forearm, and vertebrae. Osteoporosis is often called a silent disease because bone loss occurs without symptoms until a fracture happens, making early detection and prevention crucial. Sarcopenia is the progressive loss of muscle mass, strength, and function that comes with age. Unlike osteoporosis, there is no single universally accepted definition, but all agree that both muscle mass and function must be assessed. Sarcopenia increases the risk of falls, fractures, and disability. It affects up to 29% of people over 50, and is projected to impact more than 200 million individuals worldwide in the coming decade. Early recognition and intervention are key to maintaining mobility and quality of life. Osteoporosis and sarcopenia occur together, the risks multiply. Studies show that individuals with both conditions are more likely to experience falls, fractures, and loss of independence than those with either condition alone. The term osteosarcopenia captures this dangerous overlap. For example, hip fractures in people with osteosarcopenia often lead to long-term disability, and many never regain their previous level of mobility. This highlights the importance of recognizing and addressing both bone and muscle health in older adults. Osteosarcopenia is most common in older adults, especially women. Advancing age, female sex, and certain ethnic backgrounds increase the risk. For instance, up to 70% of American women over 85 are osteoporotic, and the prevalence of sarcopenia rises sharply after age 80. Genetics also play a role, with family history influencing both bone and muscle health. Other risk factors include low physical activity, poor diet, smoking, and excessive alcohol consumption. Lifestyle choices significantly impact the development of osteosarcopenia. Physical inactivity accelerates both bone and muscle loss, while regular exercise can help maintain strength and density. Diet is also crucial. Adequate intake of protein, calcium, and vitamin D supports musculoskeletal health. On the other hand, smoking and heavy alcohol use are linked to weaker bones and muscles, increasing the risk of falls and fractures. Making positive lifestyle changes can help reduce the risk and severity of osteosarcopenia. Body weight and composition play complex roles in osteosarcopenia. Low body mass index (BMI) is a risk factor for both low bone density and fractures. Interestingly, while obesity may protect some bones, it does not prevent all fractures and can even increase risk at certain sites. With age, body fat tends to increase while muscle mass decreases, sometimes leading to sarcopenic obesity. This combination is associated with impaired function and higher disability rates, emphasizing the need for balanced body composition. Muscle and bone are closely linked, both mechanically and at the molecular level. The mechanostat theory explains how muscle contractions stimulate bone growth while inactivity leads to bone loss. Hormones like estrogen, testosterone, and growth factors influence both tissues. Chronic diseases and inflammation can accelerate the loss of muscle and bone, a process sometimes called inflammaging. Understanding these connections is crucial for developing effective treatments that target both muscle and bone. Recent research has identified several molecular pathways that link muscle and bone health. Myokines released by muscles and osteokines released by bones help these tissues communicate. For example, myostatin inhibits muscle and bone growth, while irisin produced during exercise may boost both muscle and bone strength. The W&T signaling pathway is another key player, regulating both bone formation and muscle regeneration. These discoveries open new doors for therapies that can address osteosarcopenia more effectively. Coexistence of osteoporosis and sarcopenia leads to serious health consequences. People with osteosarcopenia are more likely to suffer from depression, malnutrition, and reduced mobility. Falls and fractures are common, and recovery is often difficult. Many older adults lose their independence after a hip fracture. Mortality rates are higher in those with both conditions compared to those with just one. Recognizing these risks is essential for timely intervention and support. Diagnosing osteosarcopenia involves assessing both bone and muscle health. Bone mineral density is measured with DXA scans, while muscle strength is evaluated using grip strength tests and physical performance assessments. There is ongoing debate about the best criteria for diagnosing sarcopenia, but combining these assessments helps identify those at greatest risk. Early detection allows for targeted interventions to prevent falls, fractures, and disability. Lifestyle changes are the foundation of osteosarcopenia management. Regular physical activity, especially resistance training, helps maintain both bone density and muscle strength. Adequate nutrition is also vital. Older adults should ensure sufficient intake of protein, calcium, and vitamin D. Avoiding smoking and limiting alcohol consumption further reduces risk. These interventions not only slow disease progression, but also improve overall quality of life. While traditional osteoporosis medications like bisphosphonates and denosumab target bone, new therapies are being developed to address both bone and muscle. Selective androgen receptor modulators, myostatin inhibitors, and molecules like irisin are under investigation. These treatments aim to enhance muscle and bone strength simultaneously, offering hope for more effective management of osteosarcopenia in the future. Osteosarcopenia is an emerging public health concern that will affect millions as populations age. Early recognition, lifestyle changes, and new therapies offer ways to reduce its impact. By understanding the links between bone and muscle, we can better prevent falls, fractures, and loss of independence. Ongoing research and awareness are essential to improve outcomes for those at risk. Together, we can face the challenge of osteosarcopenia and support healthy aging for all.